via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help your kids start right. Backpacks, the uniform is on. Accel Finance will let them to succeed. No worries, no stress. We got your back better Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. Alrighty, and of course we have to say hello and welcome to another program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and of course we are coming to you live from the Spice Island of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. Of course we have a few things to tell you about in the program, and a few interesting things at that. Of course, we'll be hearing from the Ministry of Agriculture regarding the relief for farmers. Grenada is not under any immediate threat of the Mpox virus, says the Ministry of Health as well. What we can tell you is that Digicel, they've announced a $3 million investment in Carriacou and PT Martinique. We're also hearing from the Royal Grenada Police Force. We're hearing from the Spice Mass Corporation, you know. Who else? We have a few things to talk to you about. So brace yourselves. This is Mikey Live. News discussed, not told. We come back. We got to let you know that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors, and of course we also have the Accel Finance with us. We take a break and we'll be back. When we come back, it could be real news in Odilili Lolo. Stay tuned.
Affordable quality products delivered to you.
It's the Quartz Appliance Event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Ma-Base stove for only $1,799. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 4-mount fridge for $2,749. Laundry piling up? Wash it, spin it, dry it in a Frigidaire 17-kilogram washing machine top, only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance Event, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.
Ring, 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 back to school loan thing. Accel Finance help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help your kids start right. Backpacks to uniform is on. Accel Finance will let them do success. No worries, no stress. We got your back at the Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school loan thing. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school loan thing. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Accel Finance. I know they are saying, this is the second thing, but they are saying that they have found the cheaters, like persons who, whenever there are exams, right, you'll find that there are people who are going to cheat. That's just the nature of the business. You understand? I do not know if I've ever heard of, but anyway, they were actually giving an account of what they have found out with regards to persons who were caught cheating. CSEC, they say 54 CSEC students. You understand? Were caught for the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC examinations in the region. You understand? This was an increase from the number 36 who were caught last year. The information was disclosed by the CXC Director of Operations. She noted a vast increase in cheating compared to last year, saying, "We saw a lot of cheating this year, 54 students. Last year, it would have been 36. That's a big increase." She did not say which countries specifically the students came from. You understand? But, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, I find out, I don't know, I find out a little bit. What I find? I find out a little bit. Yeah, understand? But anyway, let we lead our talk right there as we get into some other business. So the next thing that we have to tell you about is that we are hearing from Digicel as it relates to Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Now, in the aftermath of the devastating Hurricane Beryl, which severely impacted the island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Digicel said that they are proud to announce its commitment to restoring and enhancing internet connectivity across the region. Having been the first network provider to reconnect mobile services on the island, Digicel has been working tirelessly to ensure that both businesses and individuals can access the internet through its mobile network. Recognizing, they say, the need for robust fixed-line internet services, Digicel is pleased to announce its support for Grenada's recovery. And this includes more than $3 million investment to fully restore Digicel's infrastructure on the islands, ensuring that the residents and businesses have access to reliable, high-speed internet on both fixed and mobile networks. 2. High-speed broadband for homes, enabling customers to reconnect their homes with broadband speed of up to 1 gigabit per second, providing the fastest and most reliable internet service available. 3. Support for business for local businesses through Digicel's business portfolio of solutions, enabling companies to also benefit from ultra-fast connectivity to support the island's economic recovery. And 4. Rebuilding essential government and public services by prioritizing the restoration of key government buildings, including schools and other essential services, to ensure these critical institutions are back online as quickly as possible. Now, Finley Jeffrey, who's the permanent secretary responsible for ICT for the government of Grenada, said the islands of Carriacou and Petit Martinique were severely impacted by Hurricane Beryl, and we are thrilled to see Digicel's multi-million-dollar investment deliver ultra-fast, full fiber broadband in these communities. The multi-million-dollar investment underscores Digicel's long-term commitment to Grenada and promises substantial economic benefits for the islands. You understand? Also, the regional general manager for Digicel has said Hurricane Beryl had a devastating impact on the local communities, and our primary focus was on restoring connectivity to keep people better connected to what matters most. Thanks to our team, we swiftly brought mobile services back online, restoring over 94% of cell sites within 4 days. This investment of over $3 million into these islands will provide high-speed connectivity for critical government services, local businesses, and individuals. You understand? So bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. And that was Meredith Sharpless, all right? Now, yes, let me take this picture here for you. Yeah, and let me tell you why I'm showing you her picture. Now, Ariza Credit Union is thrilled, they say, to announce the appointment of Mrs. Alana, all right, Alana Tum Barima as the president of the board of directors, all right. Now, she was elected as a board director at the credit union's annual general meeting on June 29th, all right, and assumed the role of the president as of the 29th of July 2024, all right. And they say that she brings extensive experience and expertise to her new role, with a background in commercial and banking law, anti-money laundering, counter-financing of terrorism, succession and family law, as well as corporate government, employment, and contract law. She's a highly accomplished attorney at law and governance and compliance specialist with over 12 years of executive management experience. So, well, congratulations to you. All right, and ting. All right, good. Blessings to you and the team there at Arise as well as we move on. So, Olia, the next thing that I have to tell Olia boy by Grenada, they say, is not currently facing an immediate threat of the Mpox virus. And that's according to the Chief Medical Officer, who is Dr. Sean Charles. In an interview with Government Information Services, Dr. Charles acknowledged that while the World Health Organization has declared the monkeypox a public health emergency of international concern, Grenada remains safe at this time. All right. So, he was explaining all, thing about it, although you're hearing a lot about it out there. But when it comes to us, so far, we are safe. Okay? We're safe. So this week marked the beginning of the relief distribution for Hurricane Beryl, including direct cash and equipment as announced by the government 2 weeks ago. So farmers with plots of land 5 acres or less will receive $4,500, while those with larger plots will get $9,000. Additionally, fishers are benefiting from equipment support through a voucher system. The Permanent Secretary, Mr. Isaac Bagwan, noted that there are no restrictions to how the farmers can use their monies.
Most of these farmers, except for, of course, the cocoa and the nutmeg, they do not have an insurance. And as such, government would have understand the situation and the impact and the loss of income for many of those persons. And we understand that, of course, in terms of crop production, except for vegetables, which you could get within a 3 months period, or the other root crops or other long-term crops would take a longer time. So it is meant for the farmers to, livelihood support. So we have no restrictions in terms of what they would do with that money. So probably they may put it back into the particular agriculture sector, or probably they may use it for livelihood allowances. So we don't have no restriction on that. Of course, with the material assistance, we do expect that it would go directly to the impacted farm or the enterprise. So we would validate, visit prior to making the giving the material, and of course following up to make sure that the material have been used for the intended purpose.
Thank you very much, sir. So, we are also hearing from the Spice Mass Corporation. It says, on behalf of the Spice Mass Corporation, we extend our heartfelt thanks to everyone who made Spice Mass 2024 an unforgettable success. From all valued stakeholders, sponsors, and participants to the spectators, each of you contributed to the vibrant energy that makes Spice Mass the Caribbean's premier cultural celebration. To our stakeholders, your commitment and collaboration have been instrumental in ensuring that every aspect of this year's festivities was well executed. Your actions have strengthened our festival and showcased Grenada's rich culture and talent to the world. To the participants, artists, musicians, band leaders, masqueraders, costume makers, queen contestants, performers, producers, and support teams, your creativity and passion brought the streets and the stage to life. Your dedication and artistry have left an indelible mark on this year's Spice Mass, and we applaud your outstanding contributions. To the spectators, thank you for your unwavering support and enthusiasm. Your presence, whether in person or virtually, amplified the spirit of Spice Mass and helped create memories that will last a lifetime. To the sponsors, special thanks to you for your contribution in cash and kind. You assisted in making Spice Mass 2024 a success. Lastly, we express our warmest congratulations to all the winners across every competition. Your hard work and exceptional performances have earned you well-deserved recognition, and we celebrate your success alongside you. Despite the challenges experienced, and yes, they were challenges beyond our control, Spice Mass remains the best mass by far. As we build on our successes and commit to improving the product, we thank each of you who made it possible for us to achieve a successful Spice Mass 2024. We look forward to continuing this journey with you as we prepare for another incredible celebration from 1st to 12th August 2025. And that's coming out from the Spice Mass Corporation. From the police, according to the police, in recent times, police received a significant number of complaints regarding motor scooters stolen in Grenada. Now, as a result of investigations conducted, police mounted several operations. During one of the operations in St. David on Sunday, August 18, police recovered 4 SYM scooters, 3 black helmets, 4 rear view mirrors, and 2 muffler covers. All scooters and items found were taken for investigation purposes. One individual was taken into police custody to assist with the investigations. The Royal Grenada Police Force appeals to owners who had their motor scooters stolen to visit the South St. George Police Station with proof of ownership for possible identification. The Royal Grenada Police Force advises owners and riders of motor scooters to take the necessary precautions to protect your scooters from potential thieves. Experts have identified that several of the scooters stolen were by means of a vulnerability in the ignition switch system. Persons in charge of motor scooters, you are therefore advised to install a kill switch or use a chain lock on your scooters when not in use. No! A whole heap of scooters. Gone. You're telling me? No star. Anywho's. Oh boy, like stealing scooter in that scooters. That could never be right. Grenada is not a real place. The Grenada Bar Association, the GBA, they have issued a statement, to address a misleading report circulating through mainstream media, social media, and other platforms. This report incorrectly suggests that the criminal bar will withdraw its services for individuals involved in gun violence and related offenses during the recent carnival season. The Grenada Bar Association firmly asserts that many members of the criminal bar, as well as the broader GBA membership, disagree with the statement and does not reflect the consensus of the criminal bar or the Grenada Bar Association. While the GBA strongly condemns recent acts of violence, including the shooting incident during Juve on August 12, 2024 in St. George's, it remains committed to upholding the fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution. These include the presumption of innocence until proven guilty and the right to legal representation. The Grenada Bar Association says it reaffirms its dedication to the Grenada Peace Initiative and its goal of reducing crime and violence in Grenada, and it seeks continued public support in this effort. No papa. So what go on there? Because I saw the thing myself. I saw it and I'm like, okay. Interesting. So the Grenada Bar Association, they say, hey, hold up. Nothing I got saw. It might be a few members of the, a few lawyers or so who've made that decision. But the decision, according to this, does not represent the majority of the bar members. And as such, they are putting out the statement to say, hey, don't call me name and them gonna mix up. You understand? That's what it is essentially saying. Nagasa. I heard about a little 5-year-old infant. No, was it 5 years, boy? Anyway. Yes, he was a 5-year-old. Anika Guerrera. She was shot 5 times, including in the head, by gunmen who chased her father into his mini-mart. And then they shoot him, so both of them killed. That incident happened in Trinidad. Like, if you realize I have not mentioned anything about Trinidad for a while, like for a good while, because I felt like a lot of these things were just depressing. A lot of the news that come from Trinidad, like when you go on the different websites and you say, okay, let me get the headline stories, because that's how journalists would do, you go, people with programs like mine go around and find, from the popular sites and find what the headlines are, because you don't live there, so you can't go into, so you take it that whatever is on headlines is what is, but my God, how do you shoot and kill this little baby, shooting that baby 5 times, including 1 time in the head? How? You understand? And that's happening in neighboring Trinidad and Tobago. The time is now to have stricter gun laws, despite whatever people say. You understand? Who feels it knows it. It's getting strict here in Grenada, and I hope all the other countries would follow suit. Because I think what exists is not sufficiently deterring. So we got to step things up. Because that don't make no sense. The child doesn't deserve to die. That's a life that, cannot be relived. A child who never got the chance to attend school or to grow up and have a family of our own. So you can't take these things lightly. Both of them dead killed. Trinidad. You understand me? NASA. Let us take a break and come back. And of course, when we come back, what we will have for you is the national report and the weather.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help your kids start right. Backpacks, the uniform is on. Accel Finance will let them do success. No worries, no stress. We got your back better Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
It's the Quartz Appliance Event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Ma-Base stove for only $1,799. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 4-mount fridge for $2,749. Laundry piling up? Wash it, spin it, dry it in a Frigidaire 17-kilogram washing machine top, only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance Event, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.
This is the GIS News for Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. I am Rikisha St. Louis. In the headlines, cocoa and nutmeg farmers to receive financial support post-Hurricane Beryl. And Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell says government is working to minimize borrowing to rebuild following Hurricane Beryl. And in sports, Grenada to host inaugural youth cricket series from August 23rd. We'll have details to these and more after the break.
It's been 3 weeks since Hurricane Beryl tore through Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada and Jamaica. Now as the region slowly starts rebuilding from yet another climate change-induced weather disaster, there's some serious questions. Who foots the bill? What's fair? And what about the next storm that may soon roar through the region?
We also need to urgently reform the international financial system so more money and more long-term concessional loans can be provided to small and vulnerable states. I'm calling for all climate finance commitments to be fulfilled immediately. We can still make a difference.
Welcome back. Government is working on implementing strategies to minimize borrowing as it continues to rebuild and restore the islands to some form of normalcy in the not-too-distant future. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell recently announced the accumulation of millions of dollars from donor agencies and countries, the established Disaster Relief Fund, and other facilities regionally and internationally, which he said may sound like a lot of money, but the rebuilding efforts require much more. During an interview with Meaningful Television, MTV, on Wednesday, Prime Minister Mitchell said as chairman of CARICOM, he is negotiating with outside agencies to buy into and support the island's efforts to rebuild following the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl. The task ahead is not easy, he says, but government remains committed to collaborate to make it seamless.
We can't be expected to foot the bill alone. And so we've been saying that folks who have contributed to this situation need to step up to the plate and actually allow us to have the financing on terms that would allow us to rebuild without putting us back 4 or 5 centuries and without giving us a heavy debt burden, which we've experienced because, after Hurricane Ivan, that is precisely what happened. We found ourselves as a country having to borrow large sums of money to rebuild. And we face that risk again. Hopefully, we are working hard to try and minimize borrowings, but it's unlikely that we will be able to do this just from our own local revenue source, given the scale of the destruction. So there are a number of things we are championing, both within CARICOM at COP29 in Baku. We will be looking to do things like a donors conference to try and raise funding from a donation pledge grant perspective to assist us with the rebuilding, because now we have a real case. It's not hypothetical. It's happening, a couple of months before the COP to demonstrate to people this is the kind of destruction that we are dealing with. This is the cost of rebuilding. So from the farming community, the fishing community, the mangroves, the infrastructure, the schools, the healthcare, the homes, which is a major, major loss for a lot of people. So right now, for example, at the ICJ, we are working with stating Grenada's case for supporting an opinion from the ICJ on really who should pay for the loss and damage that arises from the climate destruction that we face. So it's a long fight. It's not going to be an easy one, but we have to continue to ensure that we take the challenge to people.
He emphasized the importance of home and property insurance, which can cushion the effect of the financial burden post a disaster. In addition, government will establish several policies to enhance resilience in construction and other areas that are prone to be impacted by disasters.
Our citizens have to understand that you have to insure your house. There's really no point in working all your life to build a nice home and you can lose it in 45 minutes. We have to also make sure that our business community, for example, can also afford and buy insurance, that our fishermen take they need to buy insurance seriously. So those are some of the things we have to continue ensuring that our individual citizens understand, building to code, building to standards in our homes. Again, there's no point in taking the shortcuts. So it's a multifaceted approach, both at the individual level, at the community level, at the regional and global level.
2 weeks after the government of Grenada announced an $11.6 million incentive package for crop and livestock farmers and fishers, An additional $3.4 million in direct budgetary support has now been allocated specifically for cocoa and nutmeg farmers. Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Lennox Andrews, revealed this new support during a press briefing on Wednesday. He explained that the funds have become available due to an insurance payout from Dominica-based Quap EF Insurance, which the government had secured in response to the reported above normal hurricane season. Of the $3.4 million, $1 million will be allocated for crop insurance next year, while the remaining $2.4 million will be distributed to cocoa and nutmeg farmers. Minister Andrews noted that the distribution of these funds will follow the same process used for crop farmers as announced 2 weeks ago.
For farmers whose plot of land is up to 5 acres, those farmers will receive a one-off payment of $4,500. So for those farmers whose plot of land, cocoa nutmeg farmers, whose plot of land is up to 5 acres, you are going to receive a one-off payment, direct income support of $4,500. For those farmers, cocoa and nutmeg farmers, whose plot of land is above 5 acres, you are going to receive a one-off payment of $9,000. Now, we also recognize that there are cocoa and nutmeg farmers who do not sell directly to those associations. And once we can identify that such farmers do not have insurance, they too are going to receive a one-off payment of $4,500.
Exporters of fresh agricultural produce and agro-processors will also benefit from this initiative with a one-off payment of $4,500. Payments are expected to be completed within 3 months.
And in that regard, we have asked the associations to submit to the ministry a list of all nutmeg and cocoa farmers. Good. We in the ministry, we are going to prepare the invoices, and we're going to forward those invoices to the Bureau Secretariat. The ministry, the government would have created the Bureau Secretariat to facilitate payments related to all expenditure from Beryl. All right. So once that is done, we would expect for those payments to be made as quickly as possible.
Wayne George, chairman of the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association, GCNA, said this payout will help farmers overcome the challenges posed by the destruction caused by Hurricane Beryl.
I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the government of Grenada and to our minister for taking the initiative to come forward to help the two associations to get back on foot. It is indeed a challenging time, but man has always risen to the challenge. Regardless of what disaster comes around, man has always learned to adapt and survive. And I would say, in this case, this is no exception. We will revive, we will build back better, and we'll make our both industries a lot more prosperous.
Andrew Augustine, chairman of the Grenada Cocoa Board, expressed gratitude to the government for implementing the crop insurance support initiative for cocoa and nutmeg farmers.
It demonstrates the commitment of the minister to the sector, which has been so badly damaged during this by this hurricane during this last period. In looking at cocoa specifically, we were world-renowned for our cocoa. And in our assessment, 75% of our trees have been lost or damaged severely. And it demonstrates the impact that this has had on the rural economy, because cocoa and nutmeg is the bedrock of the rural economy in Grenada. But I must say that we as farmers would have been in a more difficult situation had it not been for the commitment for the minister initially to provide the financing for the crop insurance, which we're discussing today, because in discussions with the minister and the active hurricane season, which he mentioned briefly a while ago, he committed to $500,000 towards purchasing crop insurance for both organizations. And looking back in retrospect, we cannot thank him enough, because the $3.4 million, which he mentioned initially, was a result of our asking and his willingness and his initiative in ensuring that the cocoa and nutmeg farmers were covered by crop insurance. So we want to again express thanks to Minister.
This initiative is in addition to the chainsaw services, support under the Agricultural Development Assistance Program, and the sale of fertilizer currently being offered to the farmers. Repair works will soon commence on MacDonald College in St. Patrick ahead of the September 2nd school reopening. The over $500,000 project includes roof reconstruction, ceiling installation, folding screens reconstruction, electrical installation, and door and louver replacement. Other sections of the institution will also be refurbished. Annette Moore tells us the project falls under the school maintenance program.
Hurricane Beryl has affected some schools' infrastructure on mainland Grenada, and among those schools is MacDonald College in St. Patrick, which sustained significant damage. On Monday, August 19th, a team from the Ministries of Education and Infrastructure, along with contractor Christopher Wint of Collaborative Designs, toured buildings on the MacDonald College site. Principal Carl Andel and District Education Officer Marcia Francis accompanied the team.
MacDonald College, one of our main secondary schools in the north of the island, was seriously impacted by Hurricane Beryl. Today we are up here with the engineer and the Ministry of Infrastructure arranging for the commencement of the repair work.
The repair and refurbishment of MacDonald College falls under the newly implemented school maintenance program at the Ministry of Education, which aims to ensure that infrastructure issues do not unnecessarily interrupt class time. The scope of works, costing in excess of EC $550,000, will include extensive repairs and refurbishment to the auditorium, including roof reconstruction, ceiling installation, folding screens reconstruction, electrical installation, and door and louver replacement. The tuck shop, which is behind the auditorium, will undergo roof repair, window and shutter replacement, and electrical installation. Sections of the relatively new technical wing, particularly the clothing and textile area, will undergo ceiling replacement, replacement of joinery and louvers, and electrical repair and installation. All areas mentioned will receive painting and decorating. The team from the Ministry of Education included Permanent Secretary for Education Aaron Francois, Chief Education Officer Dominic Jeremiah, Project Officer Ruth Charles, newly appointed Maintenance Officer Denton Forto, and engineer from the Ministry of Infrastructure Tiffany Donald. Francois explained more.
So you have some of these major works. So for example, the work that we come up here to oversee is this major repairs based on the impact of Hurricane Beryl. There are some other routine maintenance work. So for example, toilets that are not functioning, probably have broken pipes, minor electrical work. We have maintenance contractors that will be attending to those. And so Mr. Forto, our maintenance officer, he will be overseeing and ensuring that the maintenance contractors that we have assigned across the island to attend to routine maintenance for our schools, that they would work in all those schools and to ensure that the schools and them are ready for the reopening in September.
Well, what we have seen here so far is that we need, as usual, as a lot of the other schools, you need to maintain some of the toilets facilities, deal with some leakage as it relates to pipes. some electrical problem, small electrical problem that needs to be attended to with urgent attention, to make sure that the children are safe, as they attend classes on a daily basis. Outside of that, the major work that has to be done would have to be done separately, with a special contractor, not that of the maintenance unit within this Ministry of Education.
Wind of Collaborative Designs will be the contractor completing the major works.
September 2nd, that is exactly when school reopens, and we are asking the contractor as much as possible to be mindful of that time frame, because and so we're hoping that school can reopen on time. The Ministry of Education is doing everything. We have, in addition to McDonald College, we also have some work that will be starting shortly on SDA Comprehensive that was also impacted by Hurricane Beryl, and also some minor work to St. Patrick's RC School there that was also had some minor effects there. So we're working in conjunction, in collaboration with the Ministry of Infrastructure to ensure that our schools are ready for the reopening. And bearing in mind, Karakou was was impacted the most by Hurricane Beryl, and so we are working assiduously to ensure that Karakou also gets its fair share of efforts to have children back in school as soon as possible.
Additional works to be done in the near future will include the demolition of a temporary wooden structure and the rebuilding of that facility. For GIS News, I'm Annette Moore.
Thank you, Annette. This is the GIS News. It will continue after the break.
Prepare for hurricane. Prepare for hurricane. Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight candles will do thin stuff. Garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on, people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane. Your hair, prepare for hurricane.
Welcome back. Agriculture Minister Honorable Lennox Andrews appeals to cocoa and nutmeg farmers to not give up on the sector and replant to keep the industry going. He said the only way Grenada can maintain its reputation as the Spice Isle is if farmers replant and preserve the sector. Minister Andrew is concerned that several farmers have stated their hesitance to replant cocoa and nutmeg trees. The agriculture sector was hard hit during Hurricane Beryl on July 1st, which saw the destruction of several cocoa, nutmeg, fruit, and other crop trees that were just giving farmers signs of hope following Hurricane Ivan in 2004. Minister Andrews made the call during a press conference on Wednesday. The agriculture sector, he said, is critical to food security, livelihoods, and economic development.
Encourage, as far as possible, all of our farmers to continue to have confidence in the agricultural sector, in the agricultural industry in Grenada. And that we want to encourage them to continue planting and to continue replanting and to continue to build that very important industry that is so meaningful to all of us as Grenadians. In particular, I may add that I would like to make a special appeal to our nutmeg farmers. In fact, going around the country, we can feel the despondent nature of many of them, where some of them have in fact indicated that there is a likelihood of they not going back to nutmeg. And we are saying to them that, that will not be a very good idea. We want to, as a country, retain and maintain our recognition as a spice island of the world. And of course, nutmeg is that particular product that gives us that international characteristics. And that as a government, we are here to provide you with all the support that you need to replant and to rebuild our nutmeg industry, our cocoa industry, and as a general, continue to depend on our agricultural sector as a major source of food security, as a major source of income, as a major source of foreign exchange, and as a major industry that defines us as a nation.
He reminded them that replanting now secures food, income, and other positives for the industry in the future.
That's the approach. I mean, we were saying to them that you should take. So don't think about not just the here and the now. Think about those who come after us down the road, and that as a ministry we will try to provide you with as much assistance as we can to get you to plan back. Now, obviously, planting back is not just simply planting back. The buzzword is that we have to plan back and plan back better, and we've been considering how we can get our farmers to plant back nutmegs better. So we have learned, for example, that clove, which is a very high price product, so high price. Clove serves as a very good windbreak for nutmeg trees. And part of the thinking is that we want to encourage farmers to plant more clove trees as a protection to our nutmeg trees. Some of them are saying that, well, I'm going to leave nutmeg and go into planting. And we are saying to them, well, I mean, planting is good, but simultaneously, we will not want to advise you to proceed along those lines. So the conversation with them, if I may say, is continuing, and it will continue. I just think that we just need to find a way to speak to our farmers to get them to understand we need to look into the future, and to get them to understand that as a ministry we provide the necessary support to them to allow them to farm.
Chairman of the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association, Wayne George, assured the farmers that it is not all doom and gloom for the industry. He emphasized the significance of nutmeg to the economy.
A lot of farmers are already going back to the lands and work, even in the absence of assistance. Yeah, and some have been complaining that we accept the fact that the nutmeg is a fragile crop. Right, and some of them are thinking they want to move away from the nutmeg and move into other cultivation. And I do not want our farmers to go down that slippery slope. Now tell me something. Which crop could withstand the force of these hurricane winds? Maybe no crop at all. So whatever you turn to, if the hurricane comes along, you're going to have some devastation. So I want to encourage our Grenadian nutmeg farmers of the value, the cultural importance, the social importance, the economic importance of our nutmeg industry.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell said that government regularization process is ongoing. Last year, the government of Grenada, through the Department of Public Administration, presented a three-phased approach to the regularizing of workers. The first phase covers individuals who are acting, temporary, on assignment, and probationary. Second, individuals who are on PSC contracts, contract of service, daily paid, and ministerial letters. And the third phase, contract for service and Imani trainees. Prime Minister said that government is continuing with their appointments. He made that comment during GBN's To The Point program with host Glenn Telesford, GT.
The process is ongoing. I mean, it was a three-pronged process. Persons who are acting in their positions, once they qualify and meet the right criteria and are able to do the jobs, the process would have been to confirm them. And that has been ongoing. Persons who, and the reason for that is because if people are holding a substantive position and acting in another one, it effectively means that they're blocking two positions. And so you need to be able to have them confirmed in the acting position so that the former position they held could be freed up and other persons could move up and get those positions. So that has been an ongoing arrangement. The second aspect of it is the fact that you have oftentimes vacancies that are just not filled, right? And if there are people who are able to do the jobs and you need to fill them, then you fill the position. So, for example, and that starts in many instances right from the top. So you'd have had situations where people, for example, like the Comptroller of Customs, there were people almost acting on a rotation basis, different people acting at different times. For example, now you have a confirmed person who holds the position of Comptroller of Customs. So it means if that person was deputy, for example, and they're now Comptroller, then it means the position of deputy becomes available and the staff below can move up.
Moving up process.
Right.
Executive Director of Great Shape Inc., Joseph Wright, said Great Shape Inc., together with partners to re-equip Carriacou's public health dental clinic. Wright said that state-of-the-art equipment will be sourced for this venture. Wright is on island for the 1,000 Smiles dental program that began on August 19th.
We've been asked and we've responded by pledging to re-equip the public health dental clinic in Carriacou in partnership with Sandals Foundation and the Ministry of Health. And so we are very grateful. There'll be some major sponsors from the U.S. donating equipment, state-of-the-art dental equipment for this endeavor. It's going to take time. So we hope by next year when we're down here again, we'll be able to actually deliver equipment, make sure the building is ready for the new equipment to come in, and that not only our volunteers but the Ministry of Health will be able to continue to provide dental care services to the people of Carriacou, because when you have good dental care, that's one less thing off your list of things that you have to take care of, right? So thank you so much for having us.
This is the GIS News. When we return, Ministry of Youth re-registers new Imani participants.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it's crucial for us to conserve water at home. When washing my vehicle, I use a bucket with rainwater that I have stored. This is how I save water. What are you waiting for?
Welcome back. The Ministry of Youth and Sports has begun the process of re-registering participants under the new Imani program as part of efforts to enhance the existing model. The process started on Monday and will conclude on Friday. Trainees from all 8 batches will be engaged throughout the week from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Grenada Youth and Cultural Center. Program Manager Salisha Rubin shares the objectives of the process.
The objectives of the re-registration are to update the data management system and to ensure that we have all accurate information on all the trainee statuses. This process is imperative for the continued management of the program in the most effective, accountable, and efficient manner. Each batch will have its designated date to attend.
Free dental care services are once again being offered to Grenadians, particularly residents of St. David, through the Great Shape Inc. 1,000 Smiles project. We get more details in this report from Blossom Alexis Welsh.
The 2-week free dental clinic began on Monday at Westerhall Secondary and Corinth Government Schools and provides cleanings, extractions, sealants, surgery, and oral health education to the patients. So far, over 500 patients have been attended to at the 2 clinics, which are part of the Great Shape Inc. 1,000 Smiles project. Director of Sandals Foundation, Peter Blum, says the volunteers, mainly from Canada and the USA, share their skills and time to make a difference in the lives of the thousands of people they assist.
We just came from St. Lucia. So the experience is consistent. People wanting dental care, needing dental care. There's great dental care in Grenada, but just the manpower and the volume that when there is this free dental care, people come and they'll stand out there from 6 o'clock in the morning on until 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the heat. And that experience of everybody that I've talked to, they're so happy and so grateful.
Dental hygienist who is volunteering at the Westerhall Secondary Clinic, Jeannie Bopp, says the most prevalent condition at the clinics once again is dental decay.
Most patients have some level of decay. So we're placing fluoride sealants for the children to try to have some preventative measures, and then teaching the oral hygiene instructions. So hopefully they understand, talking to them about sugar and how that creates the decay issues.
As part of the oral health education component of the clinic, Dr. Matthew Giomarco says the issue of sugar intake has been a main talking point.
The biggest thing that I've seen is there's a lot of sugar in their diet. So I try to tell them to stop eating sugar and find alternative foods. Now, I did have a conversation with somebody yesterday about chewing gum. And apparently there's a lot of chewing gum that goes on, but it's all sugar gum. So I asked if there's any way they could start chewing sugarless gum, which is actually good for your teeth. And apparently it's cost prohibitive. I had no idea it was so different in expense. So I brought that up to some of our doctors, and if we can, we're going to try and donate a bunch of sugarless gum over here somehow, because it's very good for the teeth, actually, because it stimulates salivary flow, and that's what helps prevent decay.
Over at Corinth Government School, Program Manager for Great Shape Inc., Beverly Woods, says the top issues they have seen so far are the need for cleaning and extractions.
The number one thing, everybody wants to have their teeth clean. Why wouldn't you? We want to clean up the front of their mouth and get rid of all that bacteria so they can live healthy. So number one, cleanings, preventative care. That is wonderful. I would say the second is not the one that we want to do, but that would be extractions. There's a lot of people who have had to wait a very, very long time to see a dental professional. So therefore, there are a lot of teeth there that still need to come out, which is okay because we're taking away the disease and giving them a healthy mouth and a healthy lifestyle.
The second week of free dental care will be offered from Monday, August 26th to Friday, August 30th at the Westerhall Secondary School for all. Meanwhile, Corinth Government School will exclusively host children for the Seal Grenada program, which made its debut last year. Another volunteer at the clinic is Michael Carabash.
Every day we're trying to hit between 70 to 80 patients, treating them for one type of procedure. They can come back next week to Westerhall, where we will be running dental and hygiene. Next week here is only the sealants for the kids. So the expectations are that we try to achieve certain numbers, but with the utmost dedication towards patient care. So, if a patient has, let's say, one extraction, but there's another two beside it, then we've frozen the area. We can do 2, we can do 3, we can do 4, because we want the patients to, be out of pain and have big, bright, beautiful smiles.
The Seal Grenada program seeks to improve preventative dental care, safeguarding children's dental health at an early age to prevent future decay. Reporting from the Ministries of Health, Mental Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, I am Blossom Alexis Welsh.
Thank you, Blossom. A number of school supplies were presented to the Ministry of Social Development on Tuesday. Sandals Foundation has donated these items, which will benefit the students who were affected by Hurricane Beryl. Dillian Forrester, Public Relations Manager of the Sandals Foundation, explained that the donation would not have been possible without partnership. A short handover ceremony was held at the Sandals Grenada grounds.
We have to mention our partners, Pack for a Purpose. Pack for a Purpose is an international movement that encourages persons traveling to bring supplies needed in that country, whichever they may go around the world. And for Grenada, Sandals Foundation is one of the Pack for a Purpose partners, encouraging every single guest coming to every single Sandals or Beaches resort to bring something to donate to the island they're visiting. Give back to the destination that you will enjoy. So over the last couple months, we've made an extra special push, inviting our guests to bring hurricane relief items and of course school supplies as well. And here we are with a slew of items from notebooks, pens, pencils, everything you can think of, sanitary napkins, first aid kits, Pampers, just a sizable donation from our very generous Sandals Grenada guests. So firstly, we thank our guests for even considering leaving a corner in their suitcase aside, from the swimsuits and the sunscreen to make a donation to the people of Grenada.
Permanent Secretary Naomi Jeremiah expressed thanks to Sandals and said they continue to demonstrate their humanitarian side.
I would like to thank Sanders on behalf of the Minister for Social Development, Honorable Gloria Thomas. I'd like to extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to Sanders for collaborating with us today to have smiles on the children of our nation who have just been traumatized from Hurricane Beryl. And I reached out to Sanders, and Sanders told me they're on board with this, and they will have a substantial handover to the Ministry of Social Development so that we can respond to the needs of the children from the northern part of the island, St. Patrick, St. Andrew, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, going to benefit today from all these school items. We are indeed grateful, and we look forward to continued collaboration. I recalled when we had to carry down the elderlies from Petit Martinique and Carriacou, Sanders was there reaching out to provide pillows and sheets and towels and all linens, and we are very grateful as a ministry. And I would like to take this opportunity to really thank them for collaborating with our ministry.
This is the GIS News. When we return, in sports, Grenada to host inaugural youth cricket series.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
I am VIP. I am vaccinated. I am immunized. I am protected. Our children and nation depend on vaccination for immunization. Childhood vaccination is national priority. It is their protection from disease and sicknesses. Let's all be VIPs and safeguard our beautiful Grenada. I am DJ Blackstorm and I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back. Grenada will host the inaugural youth cricket series between the Trinidad and Tobago under-13 team and the Windward Islands under-13 team. The historic series will run from August 23rd to 28th and will feature 4 limited overs matches at the Lassages playing field in St. David. Details to this and other sports stories by Leslie Ann Johnson.
The inaugural youth series marks a significant milestone in the development of youth cricket within the region, providing young cricketers with another opportunity to gain valuable experience and exposure at a competitive level. A warm-up match will be held on Friday, August 23rd. The young cricketers will then be in action again on Saturday, August 24th, Monday, August 26th, and Wednesday, August 28th. All matches are 40 overs per side. On Wednesday, GIS spoke with Dwayne Gill, the president of the Windward Islands Cricket Board.
The Trinidad team will arrive on the Thursday. The Windwards presently, they're in camp in Grenada. We have 16 players involved. We have 4 from each of the 4 Windward Islands. And that series, we will have 4 matches. The first will be on Friday. Friday is the 23rd. And then we will have matches on the Saturday the 24th, Monday the 26th, and of course Wednesday the 28th. All of those matches would be at Lassages. And we expect to it is something new, so we don't really know what to expect in terms of the standard of play, but we will be streaming those matches so that if you can't make it to Lassages, of course you can go on.
Gill added that the competitive cricket needs to start early so that a solid foundation can be laid for aspiring cricketers.
What we are hoping is that the different associations, the Grenada Cricket Association, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Dominica, that they will now put a lot of emphasis at the under 13 level, primary school, and then you have some of the secondary schools still under 13. So we want more programs there, more cricket, so that we would have these bilateral series every year, because the intention is now that the Windwards team would go to Trinidad early next year and have a similar series. So it's something that your 10-year-old, 11-year-old can look forward to in trying to get into probably a Grenada team first, and then have this series with Trinidad in the first instance, and we can look at other teams as well.
Gill says while they were hoping to spread the games to other venues, they were limited to Lassages because the other fields are occupied as we are in the football season. But he's happy that the Lassages playing field is in good condition. Trinidad and Tobago is expected to host the Windward Islands under-13 team in a reciprocal series in 2025, further strengthening the ties between the 2 cricket boards and continuing the focus on youth development. The Grenada Football Association GFA Premier League resumes this weekend with an exciting lineup of matches. The league action kicks off on Saturday. FC Camahon will face St. John's Sports at Queen's Park at 4 p.m. and Hurricanes SC and Hard Rock will meet at Alston George Park at 6 p.m. On Sunday, leaders Paradise FC International will head to Plains to take on Mount Rich in what promises to be a thrilling encounter. Simultaneously, Queen's Park Rangers FC will engage Sab Spartans at Queen's Park, while Fontenoy United and Shamrock SC are set to meet at Boucherjou. All Sunday matches will begin at 4 p.m. The OECS Commission has congratulated medalists and participants from OECS member states of the just concluded Paris Olympic Games. In a release, the Commission said the dedication and commitment of the athletes have brought immense pride to our region, showcasing the extraordinary talent and resilience of OECS athletes on the global stage. It added that it remains committed to promoting sports as an enabler of sustainable development and fostering support for athletes as they pursue their dreams. In March 2024, the Commission hosted the inaugural OECS Councils of Ministers, Youth and Sports, and supported the 2024 OECS Invitational Boxing Championships in July. Also in March 2024, the OECS Commission signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Center of Sports, Resources, Expertise and Performance, or CREPS, located in Guadeloupe. The MOU allows OECS athletes to access CREP's world-class facilities. The Commission says it looks forward to witnessing more remarkable achievements by the region's athletes in future international competitions. The Commission also recognized medalists from OECS member states, including Grenada's Anderson Peters on his bronze medal in the men's javelin throw and Lyndon Victor on his bronze medal in the men's decathlon, and also highlighted medalists from the associated member states, saying the efforts and accomplishments of all of the athletes serve as a beacon of inspiration for all. And finally, Grenada and St. Lucia wrapped up their 2024 Caribbean Football Union Boys Under-14 campaigns with a 2-2 draw when they met in a Tier 2 Group C match at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Trinidad on Tuesday. Grenada started the match confident, dominating their offensive side and pressuring St. Lucia's defense. A report from the Caribbean Football Union says with a few disoriented plays from St. Lucia, Grenada capitalized on their recurring mistakes. In the 25th minute, Kadon Williams took a corner kick and sent it into the 6-yard box. With a slip of the hands from goalkeeper Gervonta Toussaint, the ball ended up in the back of the net. St. Lucia picked up their momentum after the goal and began pressuring Grenada's defense in search of an equalizer. It came in the 31st minute with an assisted ball over the top from Shiloh John to Shaquille Martelly into the box, where he beat the goalkeeper to convert. St. Lucia returned to the pitch as the better team of the second half, keeping Grenada in full defensive mode. However, Grenada responded to the attack with a goal in the 48th minute from a defensive error that allowed Keon Charles to pick up the ball and score. St. Lucia, after trailing for a second time in the match, continued pressuring the defense. A loose ball through the middle of the pitch found its way onto Amari Plummer's boot in the 57th minute, and with a cracker up into the top of the net, St. Lucia found their equalizing goal. Both teams held their defensive mechanisms in place, which made it impossible for either side to find the separating goal at the end of regular time. The teams ended their campaigns with Grenada third in the group and St. Lucia fourth. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson with the GIS Sports.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. The sports segment just ended the GIS news for today, Wednesday, August 21st. A recap of the headlines: cocoa and nutmeg farmers to receive financial support post-Hurricane Beryl. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell says government is working to minimize borrowing to rebuild following Hurricane Beryl. And in sports, Grenada to host inaugural youth cricket series from August 23rd. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.
Well. Thank you, Rikisha, and the rest of the GIS News team. What I want to do is head over to the Met Office for a look at the weather. So what we can tell you about tonight's weather is that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Thursday's weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate morning showers. We're looking at a max temperature of 32 degrees Celsius, minimum 25.5. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. And that's our weather for tonight and tomorrow. Bigging up the people who are currently on YouTube. who are always there. We talked about Hillary, Catherine, Cynthia, Celine, Suzanne, and everybody. We say hello to you guys. And as well, we want to say blessings to those of you who are on Facebook as well. So we start with Java and the sharing committee, Diana, Michelle, and Barbara, Bermuda, Ruth, Joseph, Liz, Jean, Pearl, who else, boy? And everybody else, my mom and the family. And just everybody who's there. We want to say thank you for always being there. And we hope to have you back with us tomorrow, God's willing. Same time, same place. May God bless you and your family. Have a good one. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja! No! Take care, guys. And we'll touch base again. All the best.